In this video, we're going to do a full-fledged stoichiometry problem. I'm not even giving you the equation. You're going to have to write the equation, you're going to have to balance the equation, you have to find theoretical, you're going to have to do everything. So this is about as tough as it gets. So if you've watched the previous ones, if you've built up with me, it's now going to come all together in this problem. So what I've got is 76.18 grams of S8, and it reacts with 18.98 grams of O2 in order to form sulfur trioxide. I want to find what is the limiting reagent, what's the theoretical yield of sulfur trioxide, and then if 30.21 grams of sulfur trioxide is isolated in a laboratory, what is the percent yield? So first things first, we got to write the reaction. And I've got S8 plus O2 yields SO3. And then from there you need to balance it. So you do the S8 plus O2 yields SO3 and then balance it. Once you do that, we got to find the limiting reagent. So in order to find the limiting reagent, remember first you find the number of moles of each reactant and then divide by the coefficient. So I had 76.18 grams of S8. 1 mole of that's 256, and so I come out with 0.3 moles of S8. And I start with 18.98 grams of O2. 1 mole of O2 is 32 grams, so I get 0.59. But remember, this isn't enough information to give me my limiting reagent. After that, you then got to divide by the coefficient. The coefficient of S8 is 1. The coefficient of O2 is 12. And so whenever I divide by 1, that's obviously still 0.3. But when I divided this by 12, I got 0.05. And 0.05 is definitely less than 0.3. So O2 is your limiting reagent. So if I want to find the theoretical yield, of sulfur trioxide, I'm utilizing O2 and only O2 to find that. So, to find my theoretical yield, I have 0.59 moles of O2, and then looking at my recipe, looking at my balanced equation, I know that 12 moles of O2 are required to make 8 moles of SO3. Once I've converted into my sulfur trioxide, to put that into grams, we utilize molar mass. And I know that 1 mole is 80 grams, so when I throw all that into the calculator, I got 31.5 grams of SO3. Now that I know my theoretical yield, they told me that this chemist isolated 30.21 grams of sulfur trioxide. So what's your percent yield? Your percent yield is what you isolated in a lab, divided by what you should get on paper, times 100%, and that being 95.9% would be your percent yield, and this is how you would do a full-fledged stoichiometry problem.